In general, lift trucks are powered by combustible fuels like gasoline, diesel, and liquid propane, or by industrial batteries. In the next 2 parts of our program, we will show you the best ways to restore these sources of power when they have been depleted. The best time to refuel a truck is at the beginning of your shift. You want to avoid running out of fuel in an area where refueling might be hazardous and disruptive to yourself and other traffic. The fuel injectors on diesel engines can be damaged if they run out of fuel. Be sure you are authorized and properly trained to refuel your lift trucks. Your company will probably have a designated fuel depot and a set of approved refueling procedures for gasoline and diesel trucks. Follow them and these general safety rules. Use the designated refueling area. Never allow smoking or the creation of sparks or flame in the refueling area. Know the location of the nearest fire extinguisher and how to use it. Before refueling, park the truck, place the directional control in neutral, and engage the parking brake. Turn off the key and lower the forks to the ground with tips angled down. Always shut the engine down before refueling. And do not add fuel to an overheated truck. When you've selected the correct fuel type, fill the tank slowly, avoiding spills and overflows. If you do spill fuel, clean the area in accordance with the EPA and your company's policies. In addition to the refueling practices for gasoline and diesel trucks, you should also know the ones that govern the refueling of liquid propane, or LP, powered trucks. Start by learning the information in your workbooks on LP characteristics. Because refueling an LP-powered truck involves the replacement of a fuel cell in the form of a gas-charged tank, it is much more detailed operation than simply using a hose to fill a tank with liquid fuel. But it is just one more of the safety procedures you can master with the right information and training. Charging an LP tank requires that you wear protective clothing that includes a face shield, long sleeves, and gauntlet gloves. Park the truck in a designated refueling area. Never try to change an LP tank in a low or confined area where the heavy gas could collect, creating a source for an explosion. You should also avoid high-temperature areas like ovens and furnaces. When you have parked, set the parking brake, lower the forks to the ground, place the transmission in neutral, and leave the engine running. Next, turn off the service valve on the container and allow the engine to run all of the fuel out of the supply line. When the engine stops, turn off the key and then try to restart the engine. If the engine fails to start, uncouple the hose from the valve. Open the restraint brackets and remove the container for storage. Make sure that the container is stored in an approved outside area with the service valve in the off position. When you get a new LP container, check to see that it is the right type, that it is free of damages, such as nicks, gouges, or dents, and the service valve is in the off position. Make sure the tank is not 12 years old or older. To install the LP container, position the tank on the locking pin, lock the restraint brackets, and see that the tank fits within the profile of the truck. At this point, slowly open the service valve while you listen and smell for leaks. Opening the valve too quickly will cause a check valve to shut off the fuel supply. If this happens, close the service valve for 5 seconds and then slowly open the valve. If you detect a leak, trace it by applying a soapy solution around the suspected area and see that it is repaired. As always, if you have any questions about equipment or refueling procedures, ask your supervisor. This is the end of Part 6. Please review the information you have been given and complete Part 6 in your workbook. When you are done, resume your training with Part 7 of this program.